5 shake days and then I done a cleanse day. But I spoke to Laurie, and Laurie advised me not to do the cleanse just now until I stop feeding Joe, which I'm quite happy to do, which it shouldn't be too long. I really want to stop feeding him. He's just greedy, to be quite honest with you, and used to it now. But I am just taking it that way forward. But I have lost 16.5 inches. I've got more energy than I've ever had in my absolute life. I want to go walking. I missed my bus the other day. Normally that would have been a big drama for me, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, I've missed my bus, I've got this buggy to take, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, no, I'll just go a wee stroll. And I'll be walking up to Wishy. The difference in Jack, he has a shake every morning. Well, half a shake in the morning, half a shake after school. And the difference in him is absolutely, his wee head switched on. He just wants to be better at everything. He comes in for school and runs out to his trampoline and plays until he's absolutely exhausted. But no, absolutely amazing. Michael, he has a shake in the morning instead of his coffee. And he's no shattered halfway through the day anymore. He's just doing it for health benefits. He's not really needing to lose any weight, but he's already seen the health benefits. And he done his first cleanse last weekend, and he says he felt absolutely amazing the next week. But what a difference it's making to my whole family. My friend Lorraine, honestly, the difference in her, it's like night and day. She was on 8 painkillers every single day to, by the end of the week, taking none. You know what I mean? Not sleeping through the night, up 4 times a night, by the end of the week, sleeping through the night. Just like, our whole mood's lifted. Everybody in the house is happier because she's happier. Just what a difference, honestly. It's like, it really is like a miracle cure.
Wow, that's brilliant. And to have all them 3 different stories all under one roof will be really valuable for you, won't it, as well? Thank you for sharing, Fiona. Okay, so Jenny, did you want to unmute yourself and share a few words with us?
I can't hear you again.
There you go. What are you saying, Fiona? What are you saying, Fiona? Oh, she's frozen up. Right. So, Jenny McCusker, did you have some words for us? I saw that you'd done your first weigh-in on Facebook today. Saw some rather exceptional results.
I did. Yeah, so, well, I did my first weigh-in. Sorry, I can't get out of my house because I'm having patio done and I can't stand on it. So I've just tried to get out and I can't. Oh, so I did my first weigh-in on Tuesday. I lost 7 pounds. And I haven't done my measurement yet because I'm going to do them fortnightly. But I'm on my second cleanse day today. So, but yeah, I feel great. Not hungry, full of energy. Yeah, really good.
Cool.
And my sister, she, I've got to give her a mention. She started last Tuesday and she weighed in on Tuesday and she lost 13 pounds 3 ounces in the week.
Amazing.
I know. So yeah, really good. Yeah, all's good. Thank you.
Fantastic. Jackie, have you got some words of wisdom for us? Share a bit about your experience so far.
Yep. Can you see me okay?
I can, yeah. Fine too.
Right, okay. Well, my experience so far has been I was away in Tenerife for a weekend with the girls. Prior to going to Tenerife, I had only been on the programme for less than a week. In that week, I didn't lose any weight, but I lost 16.5 inches and I dropped 1 dress size.
Wow.
So, before I went to Tenerife, I was running about crazy buying smaller outfits, giving it
cool.
And strutted my stuff in Tenerife, being one of the oldest ladies out of 50 girls. And all the young ones, I had my shake every morning, I had my AMP, I had my e-shots, and all the young girls in their 20s were absolutely dying, knackered, exhausted, with the heat, with the food, with the alcohol. And Jackie here was buzzing. Had an amazing time. They're all chapping my door, all 50 of them, were knocking on my door every morning going, "What have you got, Jackie? What have you got?" I see, no problem, girls. My few customers that I've won the programme so far are doing amazing, because it's still early days. We've still not done full 30 days. And I've not had one person saying anything except for exceptional results. So that's me.
That's excellent. It's just as a real testament, isn't it? And I certainly know that when Raven and I were travelling around the country quite extensively, we might have partaken of a few drinks just on the odd night here and there. Yeah, go on.
That's what I'm just about to say. Normally, before launch and we were doing Zooms, I was sitting with a glass of wine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah.
Darius, I'm a new woman.
You've had to restock the shed cupboard, have you?
I'm in the shed. The fridge in the shed is now full of water. Wow. Hydrate. I deliberately leave them lying about so that when my son's in and his friends are feeling a bit thirsty, they take a wee healthy drink. But what's this all about?
Wow, incredible.
I actually wanted water tonight.
Yeah. You start to crave like better things when you put in the better things in, don't you?
Absolutely. And the more water you put into your system, the more the body eventually craves it. So eventually people will start craving hydration, water.
Makes sense. Thanks for sharing, Jackie.
That's me done.
We've got Christine Spence now. Christine, did you want to share a few words?
I've I'm on what, day 7. I've lost 10 pounds, so I was really happy with that. Normally I'd struggle to lose weight because I've got polycystic ovaries, so I was really happy with that. I'm sleeping, I have energy. I was actually able to run after the children and run down the stairs holding my daughter today for the first time ever, and she'll be 2 in August. But it's just, well, I'm just amazed at how good I feel, and it's helping my confidence to grow. So I'm able to have conversations with people that I wouldn't have necessarily had conversations with. So today I had a meeting, and I was talking to a lady, and they're looking at perhaps utilising some of their staff and people that are coming in to look for jobs to promote the products. So it's all good.
That's brilliant. Thanks for sharing. That's really incredible results, especially in such a short period of time, isn't it?
Yeah, really happy with that.
Brilliant, fantastic. So I see that the lovely Lynn Davies come to join us. Did you have a few words that you'd like to share, Lynn, about your experience with the product so far?
Well, obviously, hi. Obviously, I'm not doing the detox bit at the moment. Yeah. But I've noticed a massive change in my energy. And I've got really bad psoriasis, and that started calming down. I mean, obviously, it's not away yet, but it has started calming down quite a lot since I've obviously started taking the shakes and everything. So I'm really chuffed with that.
Brilliant. So it's making a difference to the clarity of your skin?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wonderful.
It's not as red and angry looking, so that's a good start. Happy with that.
When I hit the products for the first time back in, I think January it was, it really made a massive difference to my eczema as well.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm slightly losing track here. I think the next person, if it's not going to distract you too much from your driving, Mags, have you got a few words you'd like to share with us about your experience with the products and what difference it's made to you so far? Maybe later.
Is that me? Who are we talking about?
Mags.
Oh, Mags.
Who's that?
Can you hear me, guys?
I can now, yeah.
All right. Well, my experience is I've been in, this is me, where are we? What day are we on? Thursday. This will be 2 weeks exactly today.
Yeah.
I've done the Fast Start program that we were recommended by Laurie Petrelli. So that's the double cleanse days. So 2 shake days, double cleanse, 5 shake days, double cleanse, then a normal shake and cleanse with a normal weekly routine.
Okay.
And so far I have lost 10 pounds. I'm lost count of the inches actually. I need to tally them up again because I did my measurements again today. Okay. But yeah, inches down, pounds down, feeling amazing, sleeping like a baby is the best thing ever. Cool. And just absolutely loving the quality of the products and the whole experience of being on them.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing, Mag. So Lisa Coleman, you got a few words for us?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So I've had a great experience with it. I've not actually lost pounds. I've lost 7.5 ounces, inches, sorry. But for me, a lot of the loss of fibromyalgia, I've actually gained whatsoever and sleeping great. I'm on the first day of my second cleanse today, and I've found it really, really easy compared to like my first day. I've had no cravings whatsoever, and we were quite bad for eating like really bad food as well. Yeah. So I've not even been craving anything like that. Everything that I've been wanting to eat has all been healthy and things like that as well. So yeah, really good experience of the products. I'm loving them.
Oh, brilliant! That's great to hear. 7 inches lost. That's a really great achievement, isn't it?
I can fit into my shorts now. I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. That's a bonus, isn't it?
I the best that I can get. So I definitely feel it's shown me as well though not to be so concerned about the weight side of it, because as much as I've not lost any pounds, I have lost inches, but when I can see the difference, and the shorts that I did on my before picture now fit me, because they didn't fit me before, they now fit me, so I can definitely see a difference, and I can feel as if my muscles are building as well, because having fibromyalgia, obviously you're kind of quite weak in that department. Yeah. So yeah, great. I'm loving it.
Oh, it's fantastic. When I went to head office a few months ago, there was one of the guys who'd come over from Canada. He was one of the millionaires. In fact, he showed me his back office, and I can't remember how much it was, but it was something crazy, insane amount of money, about $40,000 a day that week, from his isogenics business. I mean, it was just crazy. But he was also sharing very passionately several stories with me and before and after photos about people in his team. And he was showing, people that had lost a lot of weight and got into really great shape and gone through a transformation, which was great to see. But then he was saying about one problem child, as he called them, which was a guy in his business who followed the program for the first 30 days and didn't lose even an ounce in weight. But he advised him to continue nonetheless, which he did for a further 30 days. And so after a total of 60 days, still had not lost a single ounce in weight, despite absolutely being adamant that he'd followed the program to the nth degree, and not been eating extra snacks or anything like that. And then he showed me with a before and after photo, and what he'd left out of the story very cheekily was that the guy was going down to the gym and going for runs and swims and whatever else. And the reason he'd not lost any weight is because for every pound of fat he lost, he gained it in lean muscle mass. And so actually went from a fairly sort of average shaped guy to this sort of quite buff Adonis over this 60-day period, and completely transformed his body, albeit in a very different way. So
wow. See where you're saying that, Darius, I had used my BMIs actually slightly went down as well. That's what else I wanted to say. So that's why that kind of was really important to me. So that shows me that I am burning the fat, but the muscles building as well with my BMI going down.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's really annoying because some people are members of like fancy Nancy gyms or go to private doctors or whatever, and they have these machines, don't they, that tell you your exact body fat percentage and how much water you're retaining and all that kind of thing. And there's just so many different measures of health And the one that obviously we rely on quite significantly is the scales, when in reality that's such a small part of the overall picture, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you see so many weight loss companies just now, it's actually making me wonder. And there's a lot of people losing pounds, and you're just kind of thinking that's fair enough that they're losing pounds, but that doesn't mean to say that it's healthy. It could be, you can be losing muscle as well. So it just shows that the whole nutritional side of it is a great value for the company, for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so one of the girls in the business shared in one of the chat groups I'm in, and it was a picture from the customer who said, you know, are your products as good or better than this? And it was a fairly well-known brand health company. And when you looked at the nutritional profile and the ingredients of this diet health product, it was actually just sugar and crap. I mean, they didn't actually obviously write crap on the side of the packet, but they might as well have done for what was actually contained within it. I mean, it was just completely nutritionally bankrupt. And not only that, the meaningful protein that was in it, given that it was meant to be a protein-based product, was absolutely minimal. But any benefit that you might have received from that was obviously counteracted and actually made worse by the massive sugar content that was added in. And so, I mean, obviously our job here is to educate the masses, or certainly our circle of influence and beyond, in just the difference that the nutrition makes, you know. And sometimes that can be a bit of a tough hill to climb with certain people who maybe think they know it all, or, you know, maybe they're just sort of brand loyal and they've had a great result from what they're doing. But of course, you know, if all you do is put sugar solution through your body for 3 weeks, then you are going to lose weight, but at a greater cost, of course, because at least half, if not more, of that weight loss will come from lean muscle, leaving you actually vulnerable and also open to, you know, sickness and disease, which is obviously a bit of the opposite of what people are trying to achieve, right?
Yep, totally agree.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. Thanks for sharing as well. That was great. So, Tracy, would you like to share a few words with us? How about you, Josepha? Oh, Tracy.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Darius.
That's all right. Did you have a few words? Hang on a sec, Joe. Did you have a few words for us?
Well, for me, I've not actually started my products just now. I actually only received them today. There was a bit of a mess up with my address.
Okay.
And I only just received it today. The delivery lady was out on my street twice last week with my parcel and couldn't find the house number. She had the flat position, she had the name of my street, but there was nowhere to put it.
So you'll be getting tomorrow, will you?
Yeah, I'm starting it tomorrow, and I really can't wait. I'm taking it to me, it's for health problems.
Okay.
Because I've got a B12 deficiency.
Right, okay.
So pretty much every single product contains B12, which is going to benefit me in every possible way in the long run.
Oh, brilliant. And what are the what sort of ailments does that result in for you, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, it makes me quite sleepy and lethargic. Where I've got no energy to do anything. I could sleep for a week.
Okay.
But in the same sense, it kind of makes you insomniac as well. So it kind of has reverse symptoms. Certain affects my hair and stuff like that as well. So I know by when I start taking it, I'm going to see a big difference in such a short space of time by watching the results from all of yous, by getting them at the same time as we all purchased them. So I'm really excited for that.
Good. Because it does seem in a way counterintuitive, doesn't it, that you'd have more energy in the day but be more restful at night. Like, well, how can I have more energy but then still be rested? But very simply, that is exactly what happens, you know.
Yep. So to me, I can't wait. To actually get everything out of the box, get it all started, and I'm starting first thing tomorrow. So
perfect. Okay. Well, better late than never, right, Christine? Good. So, Joe, did you have a couple of words for us, Josepha?
Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I've only actually been on the products 8 days in a row, but I've actually had 4 shakes a day.
Wow.
Obviously, to my health at the minute. And I did actually weigh today, and I've actually lost £10 in 8 days.
Whoa, blimey. That's brilliant, isn't it?
But I haven't eaten much, so I'll see how I go over the next week.
Yeah.
So I'm not sort of, well, £10 is good. And I cracked that milestone that I haven't been able to crack for the last 2 years.
Yeah, well, without going into any great amount of detail, Joe, you'll not mind me just sharing a few basic details to say that you underwent major surgery a couple of weeks ago to,
Yeah.
improve your health and resolve some sort of fairly long-standing health issues you've been experiencing. And as a result, you've found it very difficult to eat. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So various complications have seen you go back for return trips to the hospital, so much so that they wanted to give you a feeding tube and things like that to get more nutrition in your body. But you were quite adamant, weren't you, that you didn't want to have their crappy shakes. and that you had a friend drop down your isogenic shakes down at the place where you were being treated. And they were given the A-OK by the doctor. And then, like you've said, you've been having 4 of those a day. Not particularly as a crash diet or extreme version of taking the product, but simply because that's the only thing you can really process comfortably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Wow. And then in 8 days, you've lost £10.
Yep.
Wow. Well, better that than sticking a feeding tube down your throat, right?
Yeah, and I probably would have put £10 on.
Yeah. So,
but yeah.
Joe and I are kindred spirits because when she did manage to eat, she had chicken wings. So a woman after my own heart, right?
Yes, I definitely had chicken wings the first day. Spare ribs the second day.
Oh, nicely done. Okay, well, thanks for sharing, Joe. I hope you don't mind me sharing that bit of information.
No, that's absolutely fine. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. So last but absolutely certainly not least is the very wonderful Jenny Harris. Have you got a few words for us?
Hey.
Hey Jenny, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just about.
Hang on, let me just see if I can. Is that any better?
Well, I can hear you, it's okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so my journey so far, I am on day 13 and I am only going to weigh twice in 30 days. So I weighed on day 1 and I'm going to weigh on day 30 purely because my previous experience with the scales is that if I see a good result on the scales, that kind of sends me into diving into the chippy or the Chinese or into that bottle of wine because I want to treat myself.
Yeah.
So, because I've done such good work. So I've decided that I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to weigh and then do it again in the end of 30 days. However, I did do my measurements and after a week, I'd lost 18.5 inches from the whole of my body. 4.5 of those inches were from around my waist. So I was absolutely ecstatic. But aside from the weight loss, I'm absolutely, and I'm not going to lie, perhaps I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning because I was hearing all these great stories, people standing around saying how amazing everything was, and sometimes some people can embellish things ever so slightly. And coming from my background as a police officer, I don't always take things at face value. So I have tried the products, and my own personal experience has blown my own mind in as much as most of you won't know, 5 years ago, I had the first of many knee surgeries. So I have osteoarthritis in both my knees, and I am on significant amounts of medication and have been for the last 5 years. I also have a prolapsed disc in my back, which rendered me, had me in hospital for the launch of my previous business, and I lost the use of both my legs, and I couldn't walk. And I also have significant damage to my neck. So I am on a lot of medication, happy. I don't talk about it. And I was sat talking to Max today, and for the first time in 5 years, I realised that my neck wasn't hurting. And it wasn't that I was looking for it, it was just that I suddenly realised that I was using my phone and I wasn't in agony. and to the point where I see a chiropractor every 6 weeks to try and release the pressure in my back and my neck. And I haven't taken any medication for a week, and I feel absolutely fantastic. I never used to sleep because I was in so much pain. The most sleep I would get would be 2-3 hours, which is why pre-launch was easy for me because I didn't sleep, and because I don't sleep. I've not slept. I'm now sleeping like 6 or 7 hours, which is unheard of. I just don't do that. So the side benefits, even if I had never lost a pound, I'd be pissed. But the health benefits, the stuff that I wasn't expecting, has been amazing. And I don't even go to sleep in the afternoon now because I'm not tired, because I'm actually sleeping at night. So I used to have a nanny nap around 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I'd be exhausted. And now I'm just not. I'm just buzzing and bouncing, and yeah, it's fantastic.
That's absolutely incredible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I didn't talk about it because I wasn't expecting it, and it wasn't something I was looking for. What I was looking for was weight loss, not really thinking, because I'd had these problems for so many years. I didn't think for 1 second that a few shakes and a few little products in a bottle would make that much difference, and certainly not so quickly. I expected it, if it was going to happen, it would take a lot longer, but that's not been the case.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Incredible. And I know that Raven experienced very similar results. You know, he suffered with fairly severe arthritis since his 30s, so, you know, much more than 20 years. And after just a week or two on the product, stopped taking any form of medication. I mean, just an absolutely incredible thing, right?
It is incredible. And the thing is, I honestly believe now, and I really do believe this, that part of our job, it really is important that it's not just about selling products, it's about educating people and really getting people to understand that nutrition, how important it is. My chiropractor used to say to me when I used to go for a treatment and I'd be in agony, and he would say, Jenny, make sure you drink, you have lots of protein, eat chicken and fish, and you have lots of spinach, and drink lots of water. But I never did it because he never told me why. He never explained to me what the fact that the protein was going to be repairing the damage that I got, or helping to repair that damage. The vitamins and the minerals in the spinach were so, really good for me. And the water was going to help that transport around my body. That was never explained to me. And I think if people understood that and we made that our mission to do that, we have the ability to really change the lives of the people that we come into contact with.
Absolutely, yeah. And the greater awareness along those lines there is moving forward, the more of an informed decision people can make, and the more people will receive the benefit, which would be great.
I have been educating myself, and I'm not suggesting anybody else has to do that. This is just me, because I'm a bit of a geek, and I like to know, because if I'm going to be helping people, then I need to know what I'm talking about. And I have spent the last few weeks really getting to grips with this. I'm not a nutritionist by any stretch of imagination, and I say that to people, but I'm blowing people's minds just by saying, yes, you might well be thin, or you might be slim, or you may have lost weight, but do you actually know how much protein your body needs each day to function? And they don't know. And then they're really shocked when I tell them, and I say, well, don't worry, that's not your fault. You don't know what you don't know. But I'm telling you that's a function at a cellular level to get what you need for the body to process what it needs. You need between 85 or 80 and 100 grams of protein every day. And do you know how many carbs you should be having? And they don't know. So they're being educated, and they are, even if they don't buy then, they're going away thinking, do you know what? I'm actually not. No, I've said that whole thing that Raven used to say, is that we're possibly the most overfed and undernourished generation of people ever. And I can absolutely see how that has happened. And I really feel so passionate about it now that is my job, to make sure that everyone that I come into contact with, even if they never buy a product off me, that's absolutely fine. But they can go away and know that they need to do more around their food.
Fantastic, yeah. I couldn't agree with you more, Jenny. Very well put.
Oh, shut up. You can mute me now.
That's excellent. So, Carol, I see you've raised your hand. Was that on purpose? Okay, do you want to unmute yourself and share a few words with us now?
Can you hear me okay?
And now, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was driving home, so I hope I wasn't interfering, clicking in and off with the signal. But I just wanted to let you know my experience today. I am on my 2nd week, and this is my cleanse day today. Normally, any other diets I do, when I'm on this type of a thing, I'd be like, give into it and think, oh, but I can't do that today because I haven't really eaten, so I don't have the energy. So for you, I work in a fitness suite. I shouldn't be overweight, but anyway, I work in a fitness suite, and I'm on my cleanse day today, and I decided that, well, I'll go and give spin class a go. I did it, and I did it with more energy than I have done on my regular crappy diets, what I was putting into my body. It was a 2-part class, so normally it was a half spin and then a half circuits and boxing. So I thought I'll do the half an hour spin because I'll probably not be able to manage more than that without having eaten all day. I did both. I did the full hour of boxing, of spin, and I'm just feeling great. So I've been buzzing to tell somebody. So I just can't believe it. I really thought I would be really lethargic. I thought I would be wanting to pass out because it almost happened one time before, where I did the boxing on, like, I was just eating rubbish, and I did the boxing and I nearly passed out. I was so embarrassed because I work there, so I had to sort of leave quietly to excuse myself to the bathroom. But like, I did it today on a cleanse day, so it just goes to show you that I'm not telling you all to go and do that right enough, but don't use your cleanse day as an excuse to sit about and give in to maybe feeling like telling yourself, oh, I'm tired today, or I can't go and do this. So yeah, sorry. I was so excited to tell somebody. So.
Yeah, that's excellent. Congratulations, Carol. That's a really fantastic achievement.
Thank you so much. So yeah, we can all go out and do a wee bit on our cleanse days.
Absolutely, yeah. I remember, in fact, I was speaking with Peter Crop earlier today, and he was going through his first cleanse day, and he's a big pop and other stimulant drinker, a lot of caffeine and whatever else in his diet. So he was saying that he had a bit of a fuzzy head, but nonetheless had been working at the same rate and level all through the day, jetting around between the different office buildings, all the rest of it. And the only thing he'd had other than the cleanse solution all day was an e-shot just to give him a little energy perk, and that was it.
Well, that's all I've had. I've only had my Nourish and my Ionic Supreme and obviously my thermogenics, but I haven't had like any of the Amped or the e-shots or anything like that. That's just been from the Nourish, and I'm still, I held one off because I was worried I'd be really hungry after. Yeah. So I haven't had any snacks or anything, and I'm holding off my last Nourish for bedtime, so then that I'm not, because I'll not lie, I'm feeling a little hungry now, but that's also because I'm dehydrated.
Yeah.
So I know if I go in and take a big glass of water, I'll be fine too. But no headaches or anything. I just kind of can't get my head around it, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, you must have had a fairly clean living thing going on before. Your body was processing whatever you
No, I did not, Darius. You've seen me. You know I haven't.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm realist.
Oh, well, anyway, congratulations to each and every one of you. Really amazing stories there. And I have to admit, I didn't expect it to take 50 minutes. But nonetheless, it's been very delightful to hear all your stories. And as much as it was lovely to hear them, I did have an ulterior motive for everyone sharing that, because I remember when I first got started in network marketing all them many moons ago, the first thing I was told was to learn the stories. So what it really helps and enables us with is that for those of you that remember and participated in the Let's Get Started group, of course you can be added to that. There's a link to it in the training group, so you can PM me directly and I'll add you in. So the idea of the Get Started group is to get you from your current position to that next rank advancement. And in there, what we've covered yesterday and today is first and foremost developing a list of the people that we can help the most, and then secondly reaching out to them using a natural, organic conversational style. So there's no clever techniques, no closing maneuvers, no pincer movements, no double blind flip-flop folds, or I don't know, any of these other terms that these salespeople seem to have. Just very simple, natural, organic conversation. Now the thing is, that each of us is a wonderful and individual human being. But let's not put ourselves down for even one moment. However, we're never going to be everything to every person, as much as we might try. I can see you grinning there, Steph. So, with that in mind, we obviously want to appeal to as many different people from different settings, different genders, different environments, different parts of the United Kingdom, different backgrounds, different work experience, different families, different home environments, etc., etc., etc. And the main way that I've learned to do that over the years, that I've found to be very handy and successful and productive, is to always have an experience of someone that's similar to the person that we're speaking to. So I might appeal to perhaps the guy who, you know, goes down the pub on a Friday night and likes pork pies. Well, that's fine, but that's not the whole world, right? So what if I'm talking to a young lady, perhaps in her mid-20s, something like that, who has a couple of children and works in an office block? Well, I'm just never going to relate to that individual on a personal level. And I can sympathise, I can take on board the information and try and relate it, but I'll never be able to empathise because with the best will in the world, I'm never going to be that person. So the way that I can then create that rapport, that trust, that relationship, that bond, is to relay the information that I've sucked in like a sponge this evening, and when we did it the other evening too. Obviously, I'm keeping very close tabs on all your progress in terms of your Facebook posts and other communications when you're getting in touch and sharing bits and bobs with me. And so if I was to approach someone like that, I would say, well, do you know what? I know a really amazing young lady up in Scotland by the name of Anne Kirkwood, and she is absolutely buzzing her head off. Not only that, I also know a really incredible lady who just did her first cleanse day, and she was so buzzing. Not only did she do a cycling class, spinning class, she also did a boxercise and circuits too. That's how incredible she feels about it. Isn't that amazing? But what they're going to say? They're not going to say, no, that's rubbish, are they? They're going to go, oh my God, yeah, that is amazing. Do you want to know some more about it or not? Well, they're not going to say, no, I'm not interested. They're going to be intrigued. They're going to want to know. But if I hadn't taken that information on board, if I'd not learnt those stories, then I couldn't have related them to. So whilst it may have seemed very casually and sneakily that we were just having a chat and swapping, what we now have is a dozen more stories that we can share with other people that will enable us to relate to a broader group of people and even share a bit about their stories. We don't have to be copying and pasting other people's information, whether it's out there in real life or via a Facebook post, but we can certainly be seeking inspiration from it. So if it's a case of, oh, right, okay, I know that on my Facebook there's several people who are perhaps going into later life, they might have problems with inflammatory diseases. It may be that they're diabetic or have IBS. So I can't just remember who was it that shared about IBS. Was it you, Anne? It was, wasn't it? So I might do
it was me.
Okay, good. So it might be that I then share and go, do you know what? I've just been speaking to my good friend down up in Scotland. Whereabouts you from, Anne? Remind me.
Kilburnie.
From there, I can't even spell that. Never mind, say it. you have to send it me on a PM. So
I'll type it.
Okay, good. So I've just been speaking with my lovely friend down up there in Scotland in such a town, and she has been suffering with IBS for a number of years now. She described it as shooting pains where she had to go to bed to calm down and remove it, as well as taking strong medication. And she, you know, as a result of using the products for the last several days, coming on a week now, and she's actually removed the need for any of that medication, feels great, has more energy, and is just alive. Isn't that amazing? Well, what's the response to that? There's only one response, isn't there, surely? And that is yes.
Yes.
Because it is.
Yes.
I mean, it just is, yes. Isn't it? And so it's like, oh yeah, and you know, and so like I know that you were the first person that I thought of when you said about having, you know, discomfort in the bowel, in the stomach area or whatever, or you said about doing your medication and the complexities of, you know, taking that and the long-term effects. So, oh, surely it's going to be worth a punt, right? We've got all these different systems. There's one that's perfect for you. Suggest to you that the 30-day system is probably the best one for you. You'll get the best benefit. All the different products work together for this synergistic effect or combined effect. and blah, blah, blah. And not only that, what's really amazing is it's not even going to cost you anything above and beyond your basic food budget anyway.
Yay.
I mean, at the very least, they're going to take a look, aren't they? And
Yeah,
then another little thing that I've just been having a little thing. So that was learn the stories. That was, that was a guy with more than 20 years experience in network marketing, a multi-millionaire. That was one of the first pieces of advice he ever gave me when I first got started. And the second, never leave without something. So what I meant by that was, yes, of course, it's about approaching that person, explaining the benefits. It's hearing noises down there in my house. What was I saying? Catherine? Oh, bloody hell. My girlfriend's come back. She's really scaring me off today. I thought we were getting burglarised. Bloody hell. Okay, I'll carry on. What's it? Oh, yes, so never leave empty-handed. Always leave with something. So, yes, you're talking about them. You're always relating it to them, how you can help. The more stories you have, the more information you can share, the more relatable. But it may be that it's not for them. Now, you know, even though you're putting it across in that way, even though you're relating it to them, they may just not see it. Some people don't. Some people need to warm through. Some people need to do their own independent research. Some people might be waiting to see your results. Some people, you know, it takes all different sorts to make the wheel go around, right? So that's fine. But then what you can say as you're leaving is, well, do you know what? I understand that. And I really respect the fact that you want to look into it more. I'm going to send you a bit more information. I'll follow up with you in a few more days, if that's all right. They will say, oh, no. Well, that's fine. But then say, just before I go, I know that these products are really wonderful. I've been experiencing the benefits. I know that when you're ready, they're going to be wonderful for you too. But between now and then, I was wondering, is there someone you know that you think could really benefit from these products? Someone who has IBS or has perhaps needs or wants to get in shape. Someone who wants to improve their health in numbers X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. You know, whether it's inflammatory disease, whether it's IBS, whether it's arthritis, whether it's diabetes, whether it's fatigue, whether it's all these different things. Surely there must be 2 or 3 people you can think of that benefit from the products the most. You know, again, they can only say yes or no, but unless you ask the question, then you're going to struggle to get the answer, right? So they were the two top tips. So do you see what I did there? That was quite clever, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just conscious. We're on the hour now. I don't want to keep you too long. So hopefully that's been useful. I certainly know it's been incredibly interesting for me. Before we go, does anyone have any closing comments or words or anything they'd like to share? Any questions?
I just got another customer while we were on the call, put another customer. Right. And it was just because I've been sharing my story, and it's actually a girl who has similar kind of conditions to me.
Yes.
And because then she had saw the change in me, then she has went, I want that. So she is now on a 30-day pack on auto ship for sure. Ooh. And it's going to be an associate too. So it just goes, you just need to share what is happening with you, because it doesn't, you can put up all the transformation pictures and all the 6 packs of the day if you want, but it's your story that's going to convince people. So it is, and I don't have a 6-pack. I have a 6-pack of shakes.
Congratulations, Steph. That's really brilliant. Well done.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for sharing. All right, so I'm going to draw it to a close. I'll just check the chat. Kilburnie. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, he's coming to do something.
Kilburnie. You said it's so funny, Darius.
Can I just say something? I'm not sure, Darius, if you're aware that Jenny McCluskey is now a manager.
Oh, congratulations! That's fantastic.
Yeah, she did it. She's awesome. I love her. Yeah, she's now a manager. I wasn't sure if I don't even know if I did a shout out. I need to get my act together. I've been so busy. So but I just thought
shout outs are the best shout outs.
More points for amongst many other things, Jenny MC.
I'm sorry?
See?
I used to be a Jenny MC, so that doesn't make any difference. You just made me look then. My maiden name is Mackenzie, so it's...
You can only have one name at once, Jenny. Don't be greedy.
I know, but when you said Jenny MC, I was thinking, how come he knows that? That's what they used to call me when I was at school.
Oh, right.
Brilliant.
Okay, brilliant. Any other news or congratulations for anyone?
Oh, she's still on. Hey.
Yeah, she's there waving.
I didn't see it because you were a name over here a minute ago. You've moved over there.
Yeah, people seem to be popping in and out with their.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm confused. But yes, she's amazing, and she's running for director. She's told me she's going to be my first director. So,
yay!
Excellent. Not a far cry from executive. I'm very certain of that.
Oh no, that's why. Oh yeah, and we just want to tell you something on this call so that nobody gets offended. Raven nearly died when we told him, but he was very uncomfortable. We don't want anyone to be uncomfortable because we've already decided that Jenny's going to be an executive we're going to do it together. And people are going to get confused when we say Jenny. So there's black Jenny and white Jenny. We're perfectly cool with that.
We're cool with this.
Yeah, we're cool with it.
If it works for you, I'm sure it can work for us too.
So there you go.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. It's always an absolute pleasure and delight to speak with you all. We will, of course, be back on Monday at 9 p.m. with an update, updated testimonials, more top tips and progress. Be sure to watch out for the link, and not only that, please do tell your teammates, friends and associates, customers alike about the wonderful things that are occurring. Be sure to share the stories. We're all here to see you succeed and to support you in any way that is suitable and beneficial to you. So by all means, get and stay in touch. And I look forward to speaking with you all really very soon. Bye for now.
Yay! Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.